What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the CoGPoD. This is episode 68, and by special request of many of you, we are doing another horror cast today. So this is H.O.R.R.O.R cast, H.O.R.R.O.R cast number 2.
It's H.O.R.R.O.R. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was I have to go. I'm on the wrong one. Bye.
Yeah, this is not what was advertised to me. So joining me again, if you remember from Horrorcast 1, and if you don't, go back and listen, because it's all fun and games. iMorpheus, otherwise known as Derek, is here with us. Say hi, Morpheus.
Hi, Morpheus.
And tell everybody kind of what you do and where they can find you online.
All right, I'm iMorpheus, and you can find me on Twitter at iMorpheus. And currently I'm producing, hosting, co-hosting, editing, researching for the podcast. That was a good read. And technically, it's about books and stories.
Mostly. Good. That's a good synopsis. Joining me a second time again for the horror cast is Richard. He is Kami5005, Kami-Sus Online. Say hi, Richard.
Hello, how's it going? And
good.
I am on YouTube as well as Twitter now. Haha.
You're on Twitter?
Yeah, I'm on Twitter. I mean, I don't post anything. I haven't really been able to do anything lately, but I'm still on there.
Okay. So where can we find you? What's the best place? Your YouTube probably?
Yeah, more than likely.
And what's your YouTube page for everybody out there?
YouTube.com/Kami5005.
Perfect. So what do you do the most of, though? Are yours playthroughs, or what all do you do on there?
Yeah, it's just mostly playthroughs. Every so often I might do like some help guides or something like that if people ask me to. Mostly it's if you request me to do something, I will at least attempt to do it. So.
Gotcha. Okay. And last but certainly not least, you guys heard me on Cakewolf's show where we did a little horror trivia with them a few weeks ago. And so I asked him to be on as kind of the third heat for this podcast this time around. This is Cakewolf. Say hi.
Hey, I'm sort of like the third nipple today, I suppose. A little bit awkward, doesn't really belong, but I'm here anyways. I don't know,
I have a feeling
podcast.
You're going to win.
Possibly.
That's why I think you're going to win.
Possibly. Because I do a horror podcast, or because I'm just a third nipple?
Both.
The third nipple does bring wisdom. That's why the witches had it, right? It was like...
That's right.
It harnessed their power, or, I don't know, more milk or something. I don't know.
Something, I'm sure.
But yes, I do a horror podcast, and you can find me on social media by typing in @horror Cakewolf. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. I also have a website, cakewolf.com. And there I make horror-themed cocktails for horror movies, as well as...
Super cool.
As well as a bunch of other stuff. You can find a horror podcast that's being shown on the Padded Room Network, and you can find them by typing in @H.O.R.R.O.R, PRN. It's like porn, but without the O.
Yes,
horror
wonderful.
Porn.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, guys, and I hope you have fun. Everybody at home, I hope you play along. We all just had, well, not all. So the three of us in the U.S. just had our dinners like literally 2 minutes ago because we were all starving to death. Morpheus, who is joining us from Japan, just had not breakfast even yet. Like he literally just rolled out of bed to get on the podcast.
They don't know this, but I'm still in my pajamas.
Behind the curtains, you guys. So, completely off topic, first of all, I want to say, I was so psyched that it was Friday, and I was going to get my favorite food. Everybody knows tacos and burritos are my favorite. We were going to go to Taco Bueno, which is the only place I ever go. So we drive there, we pull up, and we're like, this is a little weird. The menu's not there. So we pull up, and we see the sign. It was closed. Permanently closed. And I'm like, oh shit, do I move? Like, do I move somewhere else? I don't even know what to do with my life anymore.
Done. The for sale sign on the yard. We're gone.
Oh my God. And Richard knows what I'm talking about because they have a Taco Bueno in his town as well because he's also in Texas. And they were like, I told everybody about it online, and they were like, please tell me mine's not closing. I'm like, no, obviously it's just mine. Of course, life hates me. So just mine's closing.
I know how you feel there. It's a pretty heartbreaking story because there was like this favorite catfish place or chicken shop actually that I used to go to, Irvin's Chicken. And
I haven't heard of it.
Yeah, they used to do like really good catfish. To me, it was like the perfect catfish because you could eat it cold, you could eat it warm. It was nice and flaky. The crust
Don't eat it cold. What's wrong with you?
The crust wasn't over seasoned or anything like that. And then we go there, and they're permanently shut down.
Like, no warning. I need warning when something that's that important to my soul is going to be coming to an end. It's like now I have to mourn it tonight or something.
Yeah, exactly.
You're going to mope around the house for weeks.
I know. I'm just going to be really sad.
Cat's trying to figure out what's wrong with you. You know, the cats are like, what's wrong with her? I don't know.
She hasn't been herself.
They're bringing you dead birds. It's like, maybe this will help.
And I was like, do I just stop eating Mexican food now? Like, what do I do?
Well, there's always Taco Bell.
Oh, God, no.
Taco Hell.
That's what Richard's going to have for dinner tonight.
Yeah.
If it ever gets to you. So, if you remember from Horrorcast number 1, we play a couple games, we answer a few questions, and at the end we total up your points, because you guys are going against each other. The returning champion is iMorpheus. He didn't have a prize last time except bragging rights, but this time you guys are playing for the CoGPoD anniversary t-shirt that is the neon sign one, the black one that Millie made for us. Mm-hmm. So the winner gets a t-shirt, so at least you get a prize this time.
Watch me lose.
Morpheus.
Watch me lose horribly. I'm so upset. Rob.
So Cakewolf, I think, has the advantage, and I'm just going to call it ahead of time because I watch shitty horror most of the time, right? And he knows the shitty horror movies, so it's like he has a little bit of an advantage.
Well, just because I do a horror podcast doesn't mean that I'm good at trivia, so.
Well, that's true, because actually, like, we'll just go into game 1 now so you can see how it's not really related, because the first game is which horror movie title did Amanda make up? So you see 3, ignore the cat doing gymnastics behind me on screen.
It's pretty amazing.
Because it's a little distracting. I know, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. Okay, so this game, 2 of the movies are real.
Okay.
1 is fake. You've got to tell me which one I made up. They all sound terribly and fake, but they're not. 2 are real. And whenever we go around, I guess we'll start with our newest member, Cakewolf. He'll get to go first this time around.
Okay, cool.
Okay? All right. So number 1, movie number A. Children shouldn't play with dead things. Movie B. Die mound in the rough. Like D-I-E, mound. Die mound in the rough. Number C. I dismember mama. Do you need to hear him again?
No, Diamond in the Rough, or however you...
You think that's the fake one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Richard, what's your guess?
I'm thinking that I'm gonna have to agree with that one. Yeah.
Okay, you think it's Die Mound in the Rough. Morpheus?
Can I hear them again?
Yeah. So the first one was Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things. Die Mound in the Rough, or I Dismember Mama.
I personally like I Dismember Mama. So which one did you make up? Man.
Which one did I make up?
The first one sounds familiar. So I'm going to say that's legit.
Okay.
I'm not going to game theory. Should I start this game theory right from the start? Should I just start cheating right from the start and just go
you are trying to win, so
yes.
I can't tell you what to do, but...
All right, to be safe, I'm going to agree with those 2 guys.
Okay. So I did make up Die Mound in the Rough. So everybody gets 1 point. Now, y'all, I don't know if you're going to each keep score for yourselves or one of you wants to be the scorekeeper, but just no cheatsies. Okay?
Okay, so it's
so everybody gets a point on that one.
2 points for me and -1 for the other guys, right? That's
-1.
where we're at, right?
That's how it goes. Now, this one, you're probably going to have a harder time with, okay? Maybe not. Number 2. First movie is Stuff Stephanie in the Incinerator. Second one, I'm sorry. The second one is Surf Nazis Must Die. And then the third movie is Nessie Strikes Back. Richard, you're up first this time.
Nessie Strikes Back. That sounds completely real. It really does. I'm gonna have to go with A on this one.
Okay, stuff Stephanie in an incinerator is what Richard's going with. Morpheus?
Yeah.
I love Nessie. It sounds really good. The surf who much what? The surf Nazis?
It's Surf Nazis Must Die is the other one.
Okay.
All
and the third
Nazis
one?
should die, so. Yeah.
You know, not just surf Nazis.
Right.
And what's the first one again?
Stuff Stephanie in the incinerator.
Stuff Stephanie in the incinerator. Surf
I mean, they're all really bad titles, but
Stuff
one of them...
Stephanie in the incinerator sounds like it could exist. It sounds like a Giallo film, because they always had those really long and bizarre titles.
They do.
Mhm.
Yep.
Bird with the crystal plumage.
That sounds fake, too.
Blood and black lace, yeah.
Keep talking. Yes. Uh-huh.
No, now you're helping Morpheus. Okay, Morpheus, make your decision.
Okay, the
Which
surf
one's
one is
fake?
real. Surf one's real.
Okay. So Nessie or Stephanie in an incinerator, which one's fake?
Ooh.
They're actually all pretty good. Yeah, that's tough.
Nessie.
Nessie's fake. Okay, Cakewolf?
I'm going to agree with iMorpheus. I mean, it's very possible that Nessie could have a revenge film, but...
Gets tired of everybody probing the lake? Get out of my
Don't give
lake.
up on me,
Yeah,
Nessie.
it's-
Be alive.
I
Be alive,
can't...
Nessie.
I seem to remember not too long ago searching for Loch Ness Monster stories. I came across Steve Alton series, who's
Okay.
also behind the Meg books that are going to be turned into a film later this year. Beyond that, there's not much. There's not much in film. So I'm going Nessie.
You think that's the fake one?
Nessie's
Okay.
fake.
So points to Morpheus and Cakewolf. Nessie's the one I made up.
No.
Yes.
Woohoo!
Yes.
Richard, you're down by one, buddy.
Nessie let me down.
Nessie let you down
That's
because
right.
she isn't real. So third group. Movie A, The Long Haul, H-A-U-L, like you're hauling something. Movie B, Three on a Meat Hook. Movie C, Twin Sanity, like twins that are insane. Twin Sanity.
Wow, could you say those?
Morpheus,
once
you're
more?
up first
Once-
this time.
Once more?
Yeah.
Once more?
Okay. So the first one is The Long Haul. Second one is Three on a Meat Hook. Third one is Twin Sanity. What did I make up?
Long haul.
Okay. Cakewolf.
Three on a Meat Hook is pretty legit. Twin Sanity, that sounds pretty legit. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go with the Long Haul. That sounds
Long Haul for you too?
Yeah, that sounds like the pooper.
Okay, Richard.
The Long Haul, actually, I think is like a short film or something like that. Just not a horror film. So I'm going to have to stick with that one.
Okay, you're right. Yeah, there was like a series of short films that had Long Haul in them, but it was not like a horror related thing. So I stole it from them.
Uh-oh.
So you all get the point on that one. Nobody's... Oh, wait, the other two are still ahead, Richard. Gotta try to make a play, buddy. Number
I'll have to
4.
pull out.
Whoa. You should always pull out, Richard. Number
in too
4.
Whoa.
Morpheus just now got it.
Well, no, I'm trying to keep score, and I
It
realized,
depends
wait,
on-
what did they just say? What are they talking about?
It really depends on where you want to make the baby, right? So,
Or if you don't want a baby at all. Oh, Jesus.
You know, there's this modern
Okay.
invention. Never mind.
Called birth control? Okay, number 4. Movie A, Santa's Sleigh, but spelled S-L-A-Y, like he's slaying stuff. Movie B, They Saved Hitler's Brain. There's a lot of Nazis in this round. What's going on with that? Movie C, Frightmare Summer Fling. And Cakewolf, you're up first again this time.
all right. Santa's Sleigh, that one's pretty legit. The other one was a Hitler one, so that could be pretty legit. Because there's a million movies about Nazis.
I'm sure.
Darian Brock, host of the Padded Room, would know this because he loves his Nazi ploitations.
Oh.
And then the third one was what?
Frightmare Summer Fling.
Frightmare Summer Fling. And the second one is...
They saved Hitler's brain. That sounds so dumb.
Okay, that one... I think that one sounds pretty real, honestly. But I feel like I would have come across it. And yeah, the third one sounds real as well. I'm gonna go with They Saved Hitler's Brain because I feel like I feel like I would know that one, being Jewish and all, and like enjoying seeing Nazis die. So
Okay.
Is there some sort of
Richard?
is there some sort of watch list where you guys just like, oh, we have to watch this?
This is the killer Nazi list. Oh, Jesus.
feel a little bit down about your heritage. You just watch people who are against your heritage get murdered, right?
That's right.
I'm just going to back away from this one. Can we go back to pulling out?
No. Oh, God. Richard, what was your pick?
There's Santa's sleigh. They saved Hitler's brain.
Yeah.
And then Frightmare?
Frightmare Summer Fling.
Santa's sleigh sounds pretty legit. I don't know, that the entire saving Hitler's brain sounds pretty good, but that doesn't really sound like a horror movie to me, so I'm going to stick with... No, should I stick with that one?
They're pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
They're tricky.
And the third one, that just sounds like one of those classic beach lady
Generic,
gets naked,
yeah.
murdered in the lake kind of thing.
Everybody gets naked in the lake.
Exactly. You know what? I'll stick with the Frightmare.
Okay. Morpheus?
This is tough. They all sound real. I don't watch horror movies, so this is making it even more difficult.
I know, you're
for me.
just basing yours off of a guess at this point.
Yeah, completely random. Okay, so
And you still won last time.
So Santa's slaying some people in his sleigh. Some stuff is going down at the beach.
Yeah.
And people are doing dumb
Some stuff is going down with Hitler's brain.
Hitler's brain. Okay, but see, that sounds real. That could be a real thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some nuts is like, oh, we saved Hitler's brain, and then, but what would Hitler do though, in a horror film?
It'd be like off of what's that show, Futurama, where it's the brains that are in jars. It'd be like that
But what would be the
situation.
actual horror? What would be actually terrifying about it? What would he? They just saved his brain. We just saved his brain.
I don't know. I
Bro,
don't know.
We saved his brain. Okay, I'm calling that one the fake. I'm calling that one the fake.
So the one I made up is Frightmare Summer Fling.
Oh wow.
Boom. Yes.
So now y'all are all back tied up again.
See, that sounds.
You got to
point.
tell you got to tell Cakewolf. You've got to tell Darian about this. They saved Hitler's brain movie.
The
Since he's into those, you got to make sure.
Frightmare Summer Fling sounds like it should be an R.L. Stein book, like a Fear Street novel.
I made sure. So I made sure to Google it first that it wasn't a real movie because it sounded like a real one. Yeah,
It was good.
So y'all are all even.
Yes.
So here's the last one.
Wait. So
Put it back
who got a
in.
point?
I'm safe.
Richard got a point.
Okay.
And so he has put it back in now. Okay, he's re-entered. So bad. This might really be a horror cast. Okay, number 5, last set. Movie A, Donkey Punch. Just if y'all could see my face, that would be great. Donkey Punch. Number B, Turn Around and Die. And then number C, and my personal favorite, Frankenhooker.
Boom! There it is.
Richard, you're first.
I think I've actually heard of Frankenhookers.
Okay.
I think that could be completely wrong. I might be thinking of like zombie hookers or something.
Remember,
like that.
you're in competition with these other two dudes, so don't give them any hints.
Well, what if my hints are throwing them off too? You never know.
That's true. That's true. You could be gaming the system.
'Cause- Let's see. What were the other two?
So the first one was Donkey Punch. Second one is Turn Around and Die. Third one is Frankenhooker.
Donkey Punch just doesn't sound like a horror film, but I bet that
Sounds
it
like
is.
a
I'm gonna
porn,
go
doesn't
with
it?
B.
It sounds like a porn, Richard.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
A porn? Who
B.
says a porn? Okay, so Richard's going with B. Morpheus, what's your choice?
What was A again?
Donkey Punch.
We just like hearing you say Donkey Punch.
Shut up, y'all. So rude.
I'm going with that. That's what I'm going with. I have no idea.
That's what you're going with? Okay.
Yeah. That
Cakewolf?
I think iMorpheus is making a pretty solid choice there. I love Frank Henenlotter, so I know Frankenhooker is legit. So Donkey Punch, and the other one was what?
The other one was Turn Around and Die.
Turn Around and Die.
That sounds legit, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. But I feel like Donkey Punch in a genre that does such filthy things, Donkey Punch needs to exist already. If it doesn't, I'll be very ashamed of my chosen genre. Yeah, I'm probably... Oh, man, that's hard. Turn Around and Die sounds real. But, yeah, I'm going to go with Turn Around and Die. I feel like Donkey Punch has to exist.
So the one that I made up is Turn Around and Die.
Oh, yes.
So you get a point. Richard, you picked that one too, right?
Yeah.
So each of y'all get a point. What's the final point totals on this round?
3 for me, 4 for
Okay.
the other two.
Okay. So Morpheus is down by 1. Okay, buddy.
Ooh.
So, to kind of give y'all a break from the torture of the questions and the competition, we have some questions from some fans submitted specifically for you guys for the Horrorcast, okay? So, first one that I got was, and we may have answered similar to these before, but if so, we'll just answer them again. It doesn't really matter. So, what's the worst horror film that you've ever seen? I should have thought about this beforehand. Worst horror film
I
I've
know
ever
what it is.
seen.
I know
What is it?
Come on.
There's a lot of options for us to choose from when we were on session 8.
What was the one movie that drove you absolutely insane that you just would not accept was a movie? And I said it was kind of fun.
You liked Tusk, and I hated it. Is that the one you're thinking of?
Yeah,
I
you've got to hate
hated
that
Tusk. But actually, I think what was worse than Tusk even was the one we watched during Shark Week. What was it called? Raiders of the Lost Shark. For fuck's sake, y'all, that was awful. So bad. It was worse than the Lamprey movie.
Yeah. Most definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely Raiders of the Lost Shark, I think, is my worst ever.
Morpheus hates it so much that he's completely forgot about
Yeah.
that.
He forgot we watched it, I think.
Selective amnesia. I have no
It
idea.
was so traumatizing.
Because it was like a shitty film that you and I could have made at the lake. Like, we would have done better. Remember they had those fake explosions that were just like drawn on the screen? It was so, and the shark would just jump by the screen. It was
the
awful.
generic-
The shark
Roar.
jumped out of the water. The guy, the girl and the guy were at the. Oh yeah, that was bad.
That was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. Y'all have any other ones? We saw
trying to
so
think.
many bad ones. So, Cake, if you didn't know, Session 8 used to be a thing that we did, and we may bring it back at some point, but we would watch together as a group and with fans online scary movies on Sunday nights, and it was called Session 8 in honor of one of my favorite horror films of all time, Session 9.
Oh, okay.
But the CoGPoD is a huge fan of the number 8, so we changed it to Session 8.
Cool.
So it was related. We may bring that back at some point. We just couldn't find a really good streaming service that wouldn't clip and cut out for people, so it made it difficult. What's one of the worst horror films you've ever seen, Cake?
I was looking for it. I don't want to remember.
I wondered what you were doing back there.
Yeah, I don't want to remember this movie. So I think it was called Cry of the Werewolf. I think.
Oh.
It's done by this dude, first time into filmmaking, first foray, so, it's kind of hard to knock somebody for it. But about an hour of this 2-hour long movie has strobe light scenes, just constant strobe light scenes.
Oh my god!
And it is the lowest of low budget. So this is just somebody with shoestring budget. They got a camera and they went to town with some friends.
They just made it straight away. Yeah,
right. But probably the worst, and it's kind of feels kind of mean to say that because it's their first film and it's a young director.
Wait, what was it called again?
I think it's Cry the Werewolf. I want to say 2005. Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's the strobe lights drive me crazy, and for that long, it's like you just want to stab your eyes out and fucking die,
or just have a seizure and pass out. Richard,
I don't know.
So it wasn't an hour of strobe lights. That's not what you're saying. There were a lot of strobe lights, but not constantly, right?
No, it was constant. Yeah.
Oh god, that's so bad.
What role did the strobe lights play in the movie?
Dude is turning into a werewolf, and there's a lot of exposition around that. A lot of the scenes take place at a nightclub, so he's kind of.
I was going to say it's probably a club.
Yeah, he's grinding on chicks and getting ready to eat them. Yeah.
Okay, classy stuff.
I don't know. Mine is probably not a B film. I think it was probably an A list. The Thaw. I've mentioned it a few times before.
You did. I feel like I saw it when you gave me the synopsis last time we talked about it, but I'm not for sure. Tell me again what it is.
It's like these people make a discovery up in Alaska or somewhere in the frozen tundra. They find like a completely frozen woolly mammoth, and they uncover it. A bear starts eating the brain and gets like some kind of weird parasite inside of it.
Oh,
that it can infect people, and the father. Can I? I don't want to spoil anything.
Well, how does the infection spread? Because I feel like I've seen this movie, but I only remember like little bits and pieces. There was like a shitty little motel that some of them were staying in, and then there was like a lift up to a ski lift, and somebody died on the ski lift. Is that movie, or is that different?
No, that's gonna be something different.
Okay.
The way it spreads is through bug bites. The bug bites were the things inside the brain. They just turn into like little flea type things, and they bite you and inject eggs into your body.
Gross. Cool.
Sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So why didn't you like
it? It's just it's just bad. I don't know how to explain it. It's
it just wasn't good.
Just the bad decisions of the characters and the plot development just didn't stick well with me. So.
Okay.
A more recent film that I can't stand is The Vitch. And I think on the last horror cast, Amanda, you said that you don't care for The Vitch.
Hated it.
I just think it's very boring, and
it was so boring. Oh my god, and I had to have subtitles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's hard to understand what they're saying.
I couldn't understand with the accents.
I feel like they're alienating the horror audience with that movie. And they're losing the horror by trying to focus more on making this historically accurate, and they do a great job at that, but it's not really giving us the horror. Yeah.
I agree. That one was really disappointing because that's like a highly acclaimed. Like everybody says that it's great and they loved it, and I hated it.
Mm-hmm.
Morpheus, did you have any other ones that you hated that we saw?
Can we just spell that last title, please?
So it's it's The Witch, but it's like instead of a W, it's made with like two V's, and so some people say witch, some people say vitch, whatever.
I see. Okay,
because it's artistic.
It's a witch. It's a witch that they're haunted by or whatever. Did you have any other movies that are terrible, Morpheus? We saw so many. What about that one, y'all, that was Holidays? Y'all remember that one?
Oh.
Where it was like every single holiday had a different horror movie with it.
Oh, the one that was
that one
made
was
by,
so bad.
Oh,
so
who
bad.
directed that?
I love the bunny segment.
I don't even remember because I honestly might have blacked out. I don't even know. It was so bad. I just couldn't do it.
Kid wakes up in the middle of the night. There's this really disturbing.
And they see the bunny, and he takes the place of the bunny.
The Easter one. Yeah. No, that was not okay. That was not okay.
It's very scary.
It was not okay. It was gross. So gross. They were all really gross.
That was the best one out of all of the selection.
Well, I liked the one where it was the girls and they were being pimped out and they ended up like chopping off his penis or something at the end. Whichever holiday that was supposed to be. Holiday that was. Do you remember that? I'm like, what
yeah,
holiday
it's where
was
they
that?
like
I don't
super
understand.
glued that
National
electrode
Kielbasa
into his
Day.
butt and killed him with it and stuff like that.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
I don't remember which holiday that was supposed to be. We don't celebrate that here. Any other ones before we move on?
Camp Bad was the lamprey. That was bad, but it was campy.
What was
So
it called? Camp what?
The lamprey movie. The one with the,
yeah. What was it called?
Bad. It was just
Blood
called
River?
The Bad Movie. Just The Bad Movie.
Lampreys.
That's a
what
bad
it was.
movie.
Is that really what it's called? Just lampreys?
I think so,
I
yeah.
think it really is. Okay. Okay. Also, don't watch that, y'all. Don't bother.
Yeah. But the actual
So-
worst one was Tusk. As much as I say I like Tusk, it was terrible.
It was so bad. Kevin Smith
I
lost
don't
his
know.
damn mind. Okay.
Something about that
Anyway.
I liked. I don't know.
I know. You're wrong.
Yeah, Tusk.
So,
I like Tusk as well.
y'all are crazy. It was terrible.
It was so laughable. It was ridiculous. It was
At
one of
least
those
it was
good
funny
terrible.
enough
It
to be
was-
watchable.
completely absurd. Completely
Yes.
absurd.
So at least it was watchable, whereas like Raiders of the Lost Shark, no. It's not even watchable. It's not even funny to be
I've already,
watchable.
I've already forgotten Raiders of the Lost Shark. I've already forgotten. It's so bad.
Welcome to our command center. It's literally just an empty room.
Yeah.
They just put like a little Indiana Jones hat on the shark, and that's your movie.
Yeah, and they just like superimposed it across the screen. Like they didn't even try to put it in the shot. Okay, never mind. We're moving on. So we talked about ones that we hated. So the next question was, what are a few of your favorite ones? As you think of them, just spout them out. Favorite horror movies.
Hellraiser 2,
Okay.
and Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Those are my top two, I think.
The original or the remake?
The original. And I also love The Stuff. And The Tingler. Vincent Price's The Tingler.
It's fancy.
Working that third nipple.
Yeah, with the Tingler. Oh, God. What's happening on the
Tingler on the
podcast?
third nipple.
The Tingler's a fantastic movie. Have any of you seen that?
No,
No, I
I haven't.
So essentially, it's just Vincent Price in his movies loves to play one of the characters. He's playing one of the bad guys here, and he finds out that when people are afraid, this parasite grows on their spine. And when they scream, it kills the parasite. So he finds a woman that can't scream. She's mute. And he scares her to death, basically, and then cuts her spine open to take the Tingler out.
To get the parasite,
And
okay.
it's like this big-ass centipede-like thing with pincers.
Ugh.
And what's great about this movie, and I wish I was around back when they did this in the theaters, but they used to have like interactive things with these movies. So they would have this thing where it would feel like the Tingler's running by your feet because there was there was something underneath the chairs. I don't know what it was. If it was just fans or something.
I would have screamed like a child.
But during the movie, if you watch it now, you'll see a moment where they cut away from the film. It's a little bit of a meta moment, and they'll say, "Look out! The Tingler is loose. Lift your legs up onto your seats."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
That's
they
funny.
actually had the guy that did this. He actually had people sign a waiver that if anyone actually died in it, they would be paid. I remember this because this was actually in my history of motion pictures class.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. I'm gonna have to look it up. Mine that are my favorites are really terrible, y'all. Like ones that I watch over and over again. The Collection I've seen like a bazillion times. Sorority Row like a bazillion times. What else do I watch all the time? Paranormal Activities, but like number 3 and number 5 and 6. Shut up. What else do I like a lot? I used to like Stir of Echoes quite a bit, actually. Just to name a few. I like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but I like the remake. The one with Jessica Biel. It's really, really good. And then, funnily enough, the Friday the 13th that they did that's newer with Jared Padalecki in it, I loved it. I really liked that one, and I was surprised that I did.
That has some fun moments
House of
in
Wax.
it.
I like the new House of Wax that had Jared Padalecki in it. That was awesome.
You should try. You should probably try Never Cry Werewolf. That stars Kevin Sorbo from Legend of Hercules fame, and Nina Dobrev, who you like.
How have I not heard of this movie, Cake? How?
Yeah, and it's a shitty teen horror movie.
Never Cry Werewolf.
Yes, not very good, but it has some very fun moments in it. I like it.
I'm gonna get that. Where's a pen? Y'all name some other ones you like while I write this down.
All right.
And she kicks ass in the movie.
She kicks ass all day, every day.
Let's see.
I'm
actually kind of like a pretty broad spectrum of horror films. So, my favorite cheesy one, Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah, that's a good one. Good choice.
Oh, yeah.
Poltergeist.
Oh, duh. Why didn't I say that? Okay.
What about Poultrygeist?
No.
Oh, Jesus.
Cakewolf, no.
Poltergeist. Arise, chicken, arise.
Stop.
What was that? What was that one where those kids where those kids ate that chicken nugget and it was like
Cooties.
turned them into zombies? Cooties.
Cooties.
Yes, thank you.
That was really
That
good.
was good.
Yeah.
And then one of the more recent ones, Babadook. For sure.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I love
that's a
Babadook.
really good one. That one was really good.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Morpheus, I know you don't watch them super often, only because we used to make you, but which ones do you like that you remember that you like?
As a kid, Poltergeist was really good.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Did you like the Babadook? Because we watched that on Session 8. Do you remember?
Yes, I enjoyed that.
Okay.
And what was it? We watched one that was terrible that we liked, and I can't remember the name of it. I can't remember.
We watched a lot of different
we did,
ones,
we
so...
did.
What was it about?
You know what you should watch?
Our girl. She became the leader of the
Ouija
the
board.
zombies.
Oh, you're talking about Wormwood.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Wormwood. Wormwood, Road of the Dead. That one was amazing. I can't believe I didn't list that one. It's like one of my top favorites ever.
I need
Totally
to see
forgot
that.
about it.
So
oh my god, it's amazing.
it's
a lot
my God, it's
of
amazing.
people have recommended
And I
it.
hate zombie movies. Hate with a capital H, zombie movies.
Really?
So, yes.
Oh,
So,
okay.
I only like Wormwood, Road of the Dead, and only one that's ever beat it is Train to Busan. If you haven't seen it, watch it. Even with the subtitles, you don't even notice because it's so much better than any other zombie movie ever made.
It's pretty
Like,
good.
by far.
I like
It's
it.
Speaking of
unbelievably
zombie
good.
movies, why didn't I think of Day of the Dead? That's my favorite Romero movie.
Oh, yeah.
is Day
George
of the Dead.
Romero. Yeah. Throw some of his stuff in there.
So you don't really, you don't even dig Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Dead, Day of the Dead?
I like Dawn of the
Like
Dead, the
them all.
remake.
Mm-hmm.
But my favorite is Day of the Dead with Bub.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
specifically that one.
I also really
My
love...
favorite's probably...
What about
ahead.
Return of the Living Dead?
It was okay. I mean, it was...
Yeah.
Meh.
That's where.
What about the third one with the chick that puts all of the like razor blades in her fingers and like
Oh, God.
barbed wire all over her body? No,
I don't Wait, I don't remember that one.
Is it Return-
Which one is the third one?
it's Return of the Living Dead 3.
I don't remember.
I saw them all, I'm sure, but I don't really remember because I was much younger when I watched them all. God,
That's
I'm getting
whenever
old.
zombie movies started going south for me.
After that, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it got so played out, and then, like, The Walking Dead, I'm like, can we please just stop? Please, God, make it stop.
What would you
okay,
want
so-
to be next if you could pick the next big thing that took over? Werewolves, zombies, vampires, Cthulhu.
It's also played out.
My life? How about my life?
The things that scare me the most, I would say, would be, like, demons or ghosts. The paranormal stuff gets to me more. Like, I don't get as bored of that stuff.
Okay.
But zombies were just such a rave. I just got tired of it.
Oh, wait. What was that movie that
yes.
was the shot on the budget? The guy was afraid of horror, so he made a horror movie. Paranormal
I don't
Activity?
remember.
No, is it Paranormal Activity?
No.
Ouija?
What was that?
I don't know.
Ouija?
We've watched a couple Ouija movies.
No. We forgot about our girl from the Ouija movies. The Ouija
that's
board
what
movies.
thought you were talking about.
But no, this
Yeah.
was they put the cameras in the room and the family.
Morpheus. His brain has died.
Yeah, it's
If you think of it,
yeah,
if you think of it later.
I will. Just and back to zombie movies. Whichever zombie movie has, I can smell your brains, Tina. That one.
That's Return of the Living Dead? Yeah.
The first one.
So the next question is kind of still in the same category we've been talking about. So what's a horror film that most people like, but that you're not crazy about? So Cake and I already said most people like The Witch, but neither of us really care for it. I'm trying to think if there's other ones.
I cannot stand pretty much anything by the dude who did Antichrist. His name is slipping my mind right now. He's also done Melancholia.
I haven't seen that one.
Nymphomania. What is it? Diary of a Nymphomaniac.
I've heard of them all. I haven't seen any of them.
Lars von Trier. That's his name. And he is basically known for disliking his audience. So he will spend 2.5 hours building up your movie and complicating things, and then wrapping it all up nice and neat, and then turning it around on you and making everything that's happened in the film completely irrelevant. So you just wasted 2 hours of your life, and he just drops the mic and says, F you.
Dang. Yeah, that would be pretty annoying.
Plus, he's very, very vicious with... He's not very friendly. I mean, he doesn't, like, portray people as complexities. He rather portrays them as stereotypes, and then proceeds in abusing them throughout his films in very, like...
Sounds like an asshole.
Just unfashionable manners. Willem Dafoe gets castrated in a very...
I love Willem Dafoe.
Realistically brutal scene. His wife, hammers his nutsack to the floor.
Oh, Jesus.
And the camera does not leave the nuts. You see every
Oh, God, no.
Every little nutcracker moment.
Nutcracker.
I just had to watch because Nick made me do it. I just watched all of the Saw movies. All. In, a span of 2 or 3 days. And they're awful. I almost fell asleep in every single one of them, and so many people love them and will defend them till they die, and I just don't get it. I don't get it at all. I'm not a fan. I like the first one. I like the way that they ended at the very, very end of the 7th one, but all of the stuff in between was crap.
I find it very hard to remember anything beyond the second movie. I've seen them all, except the new one. I can't remember anything except the first movie and the second. Remember. That's it. There's
a reason you don't remember.
Yeah, it's usually
Richard,
a bad sign.
any ones that people like but that you don't?
Scream.
Super popular ones that you didn't like.
I don't
what
like
was it?
Scream.
Really?
Wow.
That's shocking to me. I am shocked.
I don't know that's
I don't even know what to
a
say.
cheesy serial killer thing that I just don't care for.
Oh, I love it. It has a place in my heart. 1, 2, and 3 will pretend that 4 never happened.
I prefer supernatural type of things, which actually I would like to see Cthulhu type of stuff come out, since no one ever does those.
Yeah.
Scream,
Morpheus, are there?
Scream had a romance to it. As a viewer, you kind of grew with it, especially if you saw it at a younger age, because
I did,
the relationships that are formed throughout the series, and I mean, you get attached to the characters, you grow with it.
I did, and then when they put 4 out, and I was like, yay, another one, and then I was like, oh, I want to kill myself, because it was so bad, and it doesn't belong with the rest of the movies. Ever. Awful. Morpheus, do you have any movies that most people like but you don't?
Most people like, but I don't. Okay. I can't say this in public because people are gonna hate me.
No, you can say whatever you want.
Does it have to be horror? Can it be anything?
It can be both.
So I don't know enough about.
Because you don't watch a lot of
speak.
horror, I
No,
know.
I don't,
So you know.
I like Batman versus Superman.
Oh God, what's wrong with you?
I'm sorry.
What is wrong with you?
Sorry, I see. That's what I want to say. That's why I didn't want to answer.
It's awful.
I'm sorry. Can we still be friends?
A lot of people liked it, but a lot of people didn't. It's like no in between. Like either you hated it or you liked it.
Right. So this is something. What was the question again? Something that I liked, everyone else hated, right?
Other way around. So most people like it, but you don't.
Oh, most people like it, but I don't. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh. Black Panther.
You didn't like it? That's surprising.
Really? I really tried.
What about it didn't you like? Because that's interesting.
Don't spoil it for me. I'm very excited to see it. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah. Keep it vague.
The lore, I didn't understand anything behind, Loki, I know what Loki is. Thor, I know what Thor represents.
Right.
Odin, Woden, I know what he represents. I know Phrygia, I know what everyone represents in the movie.
So they didn't explain the origin of the tribe well enough for you.
I don't know. I don't know who these people are. I had no connection. So, that's the part
I could see that. I could see that.
The fighting was great. The punching was great.
Man, his
Homeboy's hair was great.
Team of girls. He has like a team of guardian girls. It's not spoiling to tell you that because you see him straight away. And they're all super kick-ass. You're going to enjoy that when you see it, Cake.
Well, I love Black Panther because essentially he's Batman, but for the Marvel universe.
That's
Yeah, he's got the same spatial awareness kind of thing. He's a tactician. He's got all the cool gadgets and stuff. I think he's an excellent character, and I'm surprised that we're only now in this age getting some attention to Black Panther. It seems weird it took this long.
Yeah, well, you know how things are. People are slow to be progressive.
Yeah.
It wasn't whitewashed at all, was it? I hope not.
No, actually, it was not. I don't think that it was.
Cool.
I could be wrong, but...
Well, since we mentioned superhero stuff, can I throw out there, did anybody here see Justice League?
I didn't. I meant to, but I didn't.
I just recently saw it, and it bugged me so bad watching the movie, especially right at the very beginning. You see Superman, and he looks like he's fake. There's something going on with his mouth, right? So I look it up, and I'm like, why does Superman...
Did they CG it or something?
Yeah, I'm like, why does Superman's mouth look fake, but the rest of him looks real? Type it in just like that. It says, because they had to CGI out a mustache that the actor refused to take off during the movie.
Wow. Awesome.
So he's got this really bizarrely fake, like, wax mouth. It's so weird looking. You can't take your eyes off of it.
Let's be honest, they weren't going to get very far because Aquaman's in it. I know they tried because Jason Momoa is like super buff, badass, but Aquaman, he ain't nothing.
Well, Gal Gadot...
He has fish? What the fuck?
Gal Gadot does a great job as Wonder Woman. And I think the Wonder Woman movie was awesome.
That's the only reason to even watch Justice League is for her, because she's amazing. But going back to Black Panther, what Richard asked, Morpheus, is, in your opinion, do you feel like it was whitewashed? I didn't feel like it was, but I mean, as an African-American dude, you would know more.
No.
What do you think? You don't think so?
No.
Okay.
What are people saying it was?
Well, no, he was just curious.
No, that was just
right,
my
Richard?
worry that it would be whitewashed, like so many other
It didn't seem like it.
things are.
Like,
a really difficult
what was the
part
one
for
I
me
saw?
Was, one of the, what's the guy? Ulysses, one of the antagonists. He did the motion capture for Caesar in Planet of the
Oh,
Apes.
yes. I know who you're talking about.
And I could not get Caesar out of my head. It's just like, every time I was him, it was like, ape, not kill ape. It's like, just stop. I'm watching a different movie. It's
Yes,
like, oh.
I know. Luke had the same problem when he was watching it. That's all he could think about was him. And then he could think about him as, I guess he did Smeagol as well.
Right.
And that's all he could see when he was watching the movie.
Yeah.
He was like, shit, I can't get past it.
I couldn't either. Just like,
So, the movie I was thinking of that was super whitewashed, that was terrible, was Ghost in the Shell. Don't watch that.
Yes.
God bless it.
I like
so. You did?
I
liked the design. I liked the way it looked, but the content was not there for me. It did not make sense to me at all. But I also didn't read any of it. I didn't know any of it.
I'm hoping for
into
Akira. I hear they're going to do Akira soon, so
I've heard that as well.
Super pumped.
Oh, please don't destroy that. Oh my god, that's such a good movie. Please don't destroy it.
I think the problem that Ghost in the Shell had was that it's not a Hollywood movie. If you look at who produced it and where the money came from, you will see that it was not produced and funded by the right group of people. And I'll leave it at that.
There you go. On that note, y'all ready to play the next game?
Yeah.
Bring it.
Maybe.
So, you two are tied and Morpheus is one down. Morpheus, this is your chance, buddy. So, this game is which movie did I hate and which one did I like? You have to tell me which one I hated and which one I liked out of the two. And in the thinking about time frames, I don't want to have to repeat the synopsis more than once, so try to pay as close attention as you can. And you may have heard of these or seen some of these, and hopefully that'll help. So, in the first one, did I like or hate Before I Wake or Mothman Prophecies? And then let me give you the synopsis of each. So, Before I Wake was made in 2016. Says, foster parents Mark and Jesse welcome 8-year-old Cody into their home. The boy tells Jesse, so that's the mom, that he's terrified to fall asleep, but she assumes it's just a natural fear for a young child. The couple becomes startled when their dead biological son suddenly starts appearing in their living room. To their surprise, Cody's dreams can magically become real, but so can his nightmares. Okay? So that's Before I Wake. All right. The second one, did I love or hate, was Mothman Prophecies. This was back in 2002. Based on true events in Point Pleasant, Virginia. Is that true? I don't know if that's true. The Mothman Prophecies examines a series of inexplicable occurrences through the eyes and mind of one man, which is Richard Gere's character. He's driven to investigate the mysterious circumstances surrounding his wife, Deborah Messing's, death, and how they might be connected to the strange phenomena in the town 400 miles away. So, of those two, which one did I like and which one did I hate with, and not even just a little bit of hate, like with a passion hated?
Okay.
Morpheus, since you're down a point, we're going to let you go first.
The second one.
Is that the one I hated or the one I loved?
That's the one you hated.
Okay. So you think I hated Mothman Prophecies, Cakewolf?
No, not Mothman
Before I Wake?
Yeah, Before I Wake with Richard Gere, you said, right?
Oh, that's Mothman Prophecies.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, that one.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay. Cakewolf, which one did I hate?
I feel like Before I Wake is pretty polarizing. I think it's complicated. So I think you're probably going to like that one. Mothman Prophecies, I feel like that has a pretty strong following. And I think you kind of go against the curve. So I'm going to say that you hate Mothman Prophecies.
Okay. Richard?
I don't know. I thought that I heard a little bit different story about Mothman Prophecies, how it was actually kind of a bad thing. It is actually based on some true stories in real life. And
well, accounts. People's accounts, yeah.
Before I Wake... No. That sounds like something that you might like, so I'm going to say that you hated the Mothman Prophecy.
You're all wrong. I love the Mothman Prophecies, and I hated Before I Wake. Like, I got an hour or so into it, and hated it so much I turned it off.
Okay.
Okay.
Which I never do. I rarely turn a movie off. So nobody got a point on that one. I've seen Mothman Prophecies like a bazillion times. Okay, so the second set of movies, these are both vampire movies, so this is going to be hard for y'all, okay? The two options are 30 Days of Night or Interview with the Vampire. So let me tell you about 30 Days of Night first. That was in 2007. In the far northern hemisphere, the small town of Barrow, Alaska experiences a solid month of darkness every year. Though most of the residents head south for the winter, some townspeople remain behind. However, those that stay regret their decision when one year, hungry vampires descend on the town to feed. And then Interview with a Vampire is an old one from 1994. Have any of you not seen Interview with a Vampire?
I've seen both of these.
You have? Morpheus, have you seen Interview with a Vampire?
Yep.
I feel really old when you say that it's old.
It's very old. 94? That was a long time ago. So that's the one that has...
Just like yesterday.
It's... Right, so it's got Brad Pitt, Lestat with Tom Cruise, it's got the little Kirsten Dunst, so I don't need to go through the whole synopsis on that because we've all seen that one for sure. So which one did I love and which one did I hate, like, hate to the point where I will never watch it again, like, banned from watching it? Cakewolf, you're gonna go first this time.
How can you not like Interview with the Vampire? I feel like you gotta be crazy. I think the only reason that you would like 30 Days of Night is Josh Hartnett. Like he's a huge heartthrob.
He was.
So I'm gonna say that you hate 30 Days of Night. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, Richard.
Because of the setting of Interview with a Vampire, I feel like that's something that you wouldn't like, possibly. So I'm gonna say that you hated Interview with a Vampire.
Okay, going with the hard choice there. Okay, Morpheus.
I'm going to say Interview with a Vampire because Tom Cruise is in it.
I swear to God. I swear to God, if you did like the first podcast, I'm gonna punch you so hard, Amanda.
I hated 30 Days of Night, and it is not allowed in this house, and it will never be watched again, so Cakewolf gets the point. Interview with the Vampire is classic. Come on, you guys. I'm not that crazy. So wait, where are we at in the points right now? Cakewolf's up by 1, right?
Yeah, he has 5. And...
Is that right? Okay.
Yeah.
I got it. Oh, God. So the next two, neither one are really regarded as great. So this could be a toss-up for you guys, honestly. You've probably not seen or heard of some of this stuff. So number 3, it's going to be between It Follows or a movie called #Horror.
Oh.
So It Follows is a 2014 film. So Cakewolf apparently has seen #Horror because he's shaking his head like he wants to vomit already. So It Follows after carefree teenager Jay sleeps with her new boyfriend Hugh. Why do they give me the names? Who cares? For the first time, she learns that she's the latest recipient of a fatal curse that is passed from victim to victim via sex. Death will creep toward her as either a friend or a stranger. So it's like they have like hallucinations, I guess, whenever death is coming after them, until they begin to see phantom assassins, and then they band together to try to help flee or whatever. And then #Horror, whatever. #Horror came out in 2015, literally online. You guys are going to laugh. Here is the description of this movie. Okay? Preteen girls face a night of terror when their obsession with a disturbing online game goes too far. That's all I could find online. I'm not even kidding.
Brilliant.
That's all they wrote.
No.
On that's all they wrote on either Wikipedia or IMDb. I couldn't find more than that one sentence. Now, classically, I have terrible taste, if that doesn't help throw you off the scent at all. Morpheus, you get to go first this time. Is it going to be It Follows, the sexually transmitted phantom, or #Horror, where it's just some chicks with some online game or something? Like, which one did I hate?
Just hate. So I'm going to say hashtag horror.
Okay. Cake?
Oh, yeah, you have... I believe you have a soul, so I'm going to say you hate hashtag horror.
Okay.
And, yeah. Interesting. It Follows is going to have a sequel coming out pretty soon. And
nice. Okay.
yes, and they're making a new monster, so it's not going to be The Thing following. It's going to be titled something different. It's not going to be titled It Follows.
But it's like in the same universe or whatever?
Yeah, it's going to be a new sexually transmitted disease monster.
Instead of
Yeah.
It Follows, it's like It Unfriends or something like that. Or It
Yeah.
Friends.
Jesus. Okay, Richard, which one did I hate?
It Claps.
It claps.
Ooh.
I don't know. I just can't stand like social media style horror movies at all.
Mm-hmm.
Like including what's that one that just came out where people are like in a chat room and then the glitch or whatever pops into the room. Yeah, that's just dumb.
Yes, that is Unfriended.
Yes, that is dumb.
If it doesn't help, I actually loved Unfriended, and I've seen it like a million times.
No, it's dumb.
Doesn't help your cause at all.
It's
I call that the
dumb.
diarrhea movie.
Both these titles are social media titles. Sorry, go ahead.
Basically, girl has diarrhea. She has a diarrhea accident and then kills herself over it. Like, I don't see
That's
what...
literally what happened, yeah. All right, Richard, which one did I hate out of these two? The social
Fine.
media
You know what?
one?
No, I'll flip-flop it. I'll say that you liked hashtag whatever, even though I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Have I? I've seen all of these.
Oh,
That's how I
okay.
know if I love or hate them, Richard.
Okay.
She just
Well-
flipped a coin. 2 snaps up. Hated it.
Okay, fine.
Hated
You like
it off the
hashtag
title.
horror
Okay.
because of the short synopsis that you have.
Wait, you said I liked it or I hated it?
You like it.
I like it. No. I hated
No.
hashtag horror. Richard is so bad at this game. I loved It Follows. But what's funny about that is a lot of people didn't like It Follows. It got some kind of mixed reviews and a lot of people didn't like it. But I really enjoyed it. So Morph and Cakewolf both get a point on that one.
All right.
The next one.
You're denying me my T-shirt.
I know. But you're so close. He's just got to get both of these wrong. So
I have to
My
make a
chair.
comment here before we continue.
okay.
Okay, your video's working. Richard's is not. But iMorpheus, I thought his video was working up until like a minute ago when I looked to see if he was talking. Like, it's just a still image of half of his face that looks like it's peeking out
Oh, no.
of the side of my iPad. Just
So you can't tell
He's like
about...
ever watching and ever vigilant with this smirk on his face, like he's all knowing.
Yes. And in
He's
my
just
heart,
trying
that's
to
my
psych you
perpetual
out.
state.
Yeah,
in
it's
my
very-
heart, that's it.
Yes.
It's very appropriate for the horror cast because it kind of just
He's trying to
scared
psych
me.
you out.
Screen cap, screen cap, screen cap.
All right, so the next set, the 2 movies are Oculus, and then the second one is I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. Okay. I hated one really badly. Okay, so Oculus came out in 2013, and so the synopsis for that is, haunted by the violent demise of their parents 10 years ago, adult siblings are struggling to rebuild their relationship. The sister suspects that their antique mirror, known as the laser glass, is behind the tragedy. That the seemingly harmless reflections contain a supernatural force that infects the mind of anyone who gazes into it. And as she gets closer to the truth, the siblings become caught in the mirror's evil spell. This shit sounds crazy, I'm just gonna say. And then the second one, I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House, is from 2016. Again, it has like a one sentence, but it got like rave reviews online is the reason I watched it. So the sentence says, hired to care for a reclusive elderly author, a live-in nurse comes to believe the house is haunted. That's what it said online, y'all. That's
Yeah,
what it said online.
They want to be super vague with that because it adds to the effect of the film when you experience it. It's
right.
very...
So that one's highly acclaimed. So it could be either way because y'all know how I am. So who's up first this time? I forgot already.
That'll be me.
Richard, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Richard. What do you think? Please get one right. For the love of God, Richard. You've known me
I'm
for a
not going
long
to.
time.
You know I'm bad at knowing what types of things that you like. Jesus.
I'm very unpredictable in that way.
That's right. Let's see. Oculus I've heard of, but I've never really heard any kind of reviews for it or anything like that.
Okay.
Then Pretty Little Thing in the House. I literally have never heard of that.
You haven't? It's
no.
really high reviews if you look it up.
Okay.
Little House on
That
the
doesn't mean
Prairie.
anything, though. Remember, I have terrible taste, so it could really go either way.
It doesn't
Classically
help me.
terrible taste.
It doesn't help me, Amanda.
No, it doesn't help. I'm just throwing you off even more. Which one did I hate?
You hated Oculus.
Okay. Morpheus? What's your guess? Because I know you probably haven't seen either of these either.
Neither. So I'm
No,
the pretty
okay.
thing that what? What's the?
That lives in the house.
I like that title. So I'm going to say that you like that because I like the title. And Oculus.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to say you didn't like that one.
Okay. Cakewolf, what do you think?
There is absolutely no way you did not fall in love with Oculus. Especially Karen Gillian.
Yeah, that's fair.
I feel like you are a bit of a nerd, so you probably like Doctor Who. So you probably...
Side note, yes. I know who she is, but she is the worst companion that has ever happened to Doctor Who. Because she was helpless and I hated her and I hated her skirts and I hated her tights and I was so happy, spoilers, when she died. To get her off of Doctor Who. Get away from my doctor. Yeah. I hated her.
You liked
but
Oculus.
did I hate the movie?
You liked
Okay.
Oculus.
So you think I hated The Pretty Thing in the House?
Oh, yeah, I couldn't even watch that.
Okay, so Cakewolf gets the point. Because I hated The Pretty Thing That Lives in the House. It was so boring, not scary, doesn't bring you in, awful. I don't even know why the critics love it. I don't understand. I really don't. I don't get it.
I plan to get through it one day, but it's very hard to.
I watched the whole thing and it was not worth it. I was like, can I get my time back, please? But Oculus was actually really good. I was surprised. Because it sounds crazy. But I guess that's kind of my thing, I guess. Okay, the last two, they're kind of similar in theme. They're kind of about stalkers.
Okay.
It's Christie or Intruder. So Christie is a movie from 2014, and neither one of these had like a synopsis, really. So Christie says, violent thugs terrorize a young woman who's alone on a college campus for the Thanksgiving weekend. That's the synopsis they gave.
That's
and then Intruder,
Christie with a K.
Yes, Christie with a K. So you've seen it if you know to tell me it's with a K. Intruder is a 2016 movie where a young cellist seeking solitude and comfort in her apartment during a large storm realizes she's not alone. Both of them are ish about stalkers, basically. Which one did I love? Which one did I hate, Morpheus? The
Intruder.
cat friend now.
The protagonist plays the cello. Is that what you said?
Uh-huh. I like how that's going to be your deciding factor that you played the cello.
No I'm totally flipping a coin.
Okay.
Christie with a K. Intruder. Boy, that's tough.
Yeah.
Christie with a K.
That's the one I hated?
Yeah.
Okay. Cakewolf, what do you think?
Now, if you would have said the 80s movie called Intruder that took place in a shopping mall, or no, that took place in a supermarket, and that had Sam Raimi at the helm from Evil Dead, I would say that you would have liked that one. This one I've never seen, the one you're describing.
Okay.
I did see Christie. I wasn't impressed by it. So I'm going to say that you liked Intruder, and that's just a guess because I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Wait, can you say the synopsis for Intruder one more time?
Yeah, so Intruder, it's a young cellist. She's seeking solitude and comfort in her apartment by herself during a large storm. Like, it's just raining the whole time in the movie. Yeah. And then at some point realizes that she's not alone in the house.
Yeah, I'm going to say
like, literally, it's an Intruder.
That's the one that you like, I'm going to say.
Okay.
Yeah, Christy. I didn't even really understand it.
Okay. Morpheus, you said I liked Intruder as well? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Or I liked Christy. I already forgot.
You didn't like... Sad. My logic was so flawed. I think you didn't like Christy. Which means
okay.
Intruder.
Okay. So that's what Cakewolf said too. All right, Richard?
You don't like Intruder.
You just straight up said you don't like Intruder. You're
no
right. I hated Intruder.
Yeah.
It was so boring, you guys. It was unbelievably boring. The reason you haven't seen it is because you shouldn't. Christy, I actually really, really liked it. I've seen it 2 or 3 times. I don't know why. I just thought it was interesting to me. The backstory of why they're hunting her didn't really make sense. They didn't explain it well enough for me. But I still thought it was fun and super watchable, and I liked it for that reason. So what were your point totals, you guys?
Right now, it's looking like iMorpheus has 4. I have 7, and Rich. It's Richard?
Yeah.
Richard, yeah.
Richard has 5.
5, yeah.
Yep.
Morpheus, the pressure got to you, bro. I'm telling you.
You know,
so
a lot of coin tosses.
You know what?
With me, it's always a coin toss.
Right.
I don't care that I lost.
Right.
I actually got one of the second round questions correct.
Richard, what is my pattern usually with this game?
It's always A. Or was it?
And that literally is true this time as well. Oh, wait, no, except for the first one. So there was one, that was different.
I'm going to punch you the next time I see you.
I know. I won't do that next time. So the winner of the Horror H.O.R.R.O.R cast number 2 is going to be Cakewolf. Woo! Everybody, applause. So I'll send you a message to get your t-shirt size later, buddy. Congrats.
Cool.
One thing I was going to ask you guys, and I don't know if you have Netflix or you've ever seen it, but I saw, seasons 1 through 4 of Bates Motel, when it came out or whatever on Netflix, and I loved it. I'm in love with that actor. He is so good. He also plays in The Good Doctor as a young doctor with autism. Really good show on there, too. So then I saw on Netflix a couple of days ago that Bates Motel had another season, and I didn't think they were going to the way they left it. So I was, stoked. So then I just power watched, a whole day, just straight through, because I couldn't stop watching it. And it was just... Have any of you guys seen Bates Motel?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
I watched some of it. I think I may have seen the first 2 seasons, and I liked it. I just got caught up with work, so...
Oh, you should go back and continue it, because I think they're done. They should be, if it, keeps in line with the story as we know it.
Well, it's...
Because it's based off a Psycho, but...
Yeah.
It's slightly different. And I'm sure you could tell, even in seasons 1 and 2, it's slightly different.
Yeah,
it's pretty close.
It's definitely on my to-do list. I have a couple of TV shows that I want to dig into, but right now I'm doing a competition with Mr. Tim Davis of the Horror for Dummies podcast and Mr. Darian Brock of the Padded Room podcast, where we want to see how many horror movies we can watch in 1 year. So, with all of my watchable time, I'm doing horror movies.
You're doing movies, yeah.
I think I'm up to almost 140 right now.
Dang, that's a lot. I heard that there was a TV show I should watch on Netflix as well called Ghost Wars. Oh. Does that sound familiar?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it, but I heard that it's supposed to be really good. Nick told me to watch it. But anyway, I just wanted to put in a plug for Bates Motel because it was so good. It crushed my soul and I just feel so bad for that little guy. I know it's Norman Bates and he kills all these people, but you sympathize for him. You feel bad for him. 'Cause he just has a really severe mental illness that was not properly handled. Clearly, it was not properly handled. The other thing I was going to say before we sign off, I got this really cool piece of fan art. It wasn't fan art, a piece of art from a guy that I met in the Austin Horror Society. And he drew like this really cool, like, what would I call it? Like an Angel of Death kind of guy, like a Grim Reaper kind of guy. Oh, and he does all the art himself. So it's like a hand-drawn one. And I randomly, what you do is you like send him $5 when he does these specials, and he just sends you a random print that you don't know what you're getting. And so it's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. He's a really good artist. And what we'll do for this week is I'll put the picture up on the website for you guys and link to his website so you can see his art and check it out. His name is Mason Buchanan. It's Sisu Art, which is SISU Art. I'll link to his stuff. And then also for this week, obviously I'm going to have the links for Cakewolf and Richard and iMorpheus' sites up on our website as well for you guys if you want to go. You should definitely go follow these guys for having to put up with my shit for the last hour and a half.
It was fun. It was fun.
So in Japan, there's this thing where if you come in last place, occasionally you'll get like a prize, like a really terrible prize. Not terrible, but the position is called BD. It's like whoever comes in last. I don't know if there's a prize always associated, but what is our?
You want me to send you like a fake poop in a box? Is that what you want me to do for coming in last?
A gif of fake poop in a box for coming in last. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I want my prize to be for coming in last.
I will come up with some sort of really shitty prize for you to get.
Yes, and it has to be a gif or something that you just post online. It's like,
and then poor Richard just he's stuck in the middle, doesn't get a present or a terrible gift, just always going with B, even though it's never right.
That's right.
While iMorpheus is on the show, can I ask him a question that I've been wondering about that revolves around Japan? So, sure. I hear there's a penis festival in Japan. Is this true?
Yes. And it's a very
This is exciting.
Festival.
Very excited.
Morpheus, you did not just say that. Was that a joke or are you being serious?
I'm being serious. It's really small. It's no, not the thing, but the festival itself. It's not a major.
I thought it.
They have
I thought that it's gotten a lot bigger over as time goes on. Because people have found out about it.
I can't deal with you guys. Oh my god.
That could be true, you know? I mean, things do grow over time. But if it's during the winter, I don't think it's held during winter. Because but anyway.
There's shrinkage in the winter. Yeah. Shrinkage.
It's not a major festival. God
bless it.
But if you do... Yes, I did attend. I did visit. There's a temple.
Did you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I had to. There's this temple.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You need to, on your Twitter, maybe not on Twitter, somewhere can you post pictures for us of this festival?
Yes, please.
Like, put it in our Discord chat, Morpheus. We need to see a picture from the festival.
I'll figure out when it is, and I'll carve out a chunk of time. And
I want to see.
Are you anywhere near the giant stone cannons of dicks?
What?
Clearly he's not, if he hasn't heard of it.
Okay.
What part of Japan are you in, Morpheus?
Not that part. Well, it depends.
Okay.
It depends on who you ask.
No.
No, I'm not near that part of Japan. I'm way out in the middle of nowhere, in the sticks.
Oh, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
So Richard and I are out in the middle of nowhere in Texas, which is like nothing. Where are you from, Cakewolf?
Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania. Man, we're all spread out.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Well, except me and Richard. We went to the same high school.
Yeah.
Oh, Richard, you should be ashamed of yourself. World. You should get every single one of these answers correct. You should be
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Man,
shame.
Do you know what we learned in high school?
I have an excuse.
Do you know what we learned in that school?
Nothing. Literally
We learned
nothing.
how to spell word. W-U-R-D. Okay? So...
In crayon?
That's right.
Oh God, our hometown was really bad, you guys. By the way,
Did you guys
side
have
note.
those big
Nobody
blue
needs-
pencils? Did you have those big blue pencils in elementary school?
Mm-mm.
Well, actually, no. I think what I'm thinking of is pre-K.
Right. we
But
had
yes,
those
I've seen
big
them. I know what
blue-
you're talking about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you talking about penises again? Can we stop?
No. So
So the
There we-
horror cast, just to clarify one more time, is H.O.R.R.O.R, not horror. 'Cause I can't say it. Colon.
the third nipple.
God.
That's the title.
The
That's
third nipple. No, that's in parentheses. The third nipple. God bless it. This will go out. I'll tag you guys when it goes out. Probably within about a week. I really appreciate all of you coming on. Morpheus, you look like a child at Christmas. What is it, sir?
Because okay, for the title, this is me being very childish. Yes, for the title, have the horror thing, and then, do the brackets, and then the period, and the bracket, and the period, and the bracket, and the period.
So you want me to put the
Oh,
third
dear.
nipple inside of a penis emoji is what you want me to do?
That would work.
I had to screen capture before iMorpheus left look at that image. It's so perfect. He's creeping
He's
out.
so excited.
He's creeping out of the
Ugh.
side of the iPad here, and then behind him, Santa Claus and the snowman's peeking out from behind his head. It's like it's so perfect.
He was just trying to psych you out. It didn't work, but he was trying to psych you out. That's all it was.
Where is
Anyway, thank you guys again for being on. We're going to wrap it here. Everybody go to the website, CoGPoD.net. All the links will be up the whole week for you to see all of their stuff. Go check them out. All right, guys, give me a wave and a goodbye. Say bye.
I'm waiting,
Bye-bye.
but you can't see it.
Bye.
I'm obviously frozen, but bye, waving aggressively.
Aggressively waving.